Hey, welcome to Chaplain Chat. I'm back in my office, and today is June 25th. Yeah, June 25th. And at 10 o'clock, it's early, kind of early in the morning, I had to come into the office to do some things, because at 10 o'clock, I'm going to be switching this badge, which says Chaplain John, and I'm going to be putting on this badge, which says Jury badge. yeah, I'm on a jury. And yesterday, let me tell you the process, because it's very interesting. You know, in California, at least in Visalia, Tulare County, once a year we get this letter saying you've been selected for jury duty. Report to ... And whenever you get these letters, most of us go, oh man, geez. And then you call the night before hoping they'll say on a recorded message, your number has been, you do not have to report if you're such and such a number. I remember one time having to report, and I sat in the jury room all day. I was not ready to sit there all day. I didn't have a book, didn't have snacky goodies to eat. Well, the next few times I would call on the phone and I didn't even have to show up for the jury room. Yesterday, I had to show up in the jury room. But this time I came prepared. I brought snackies, goodies, a book to read. And the room is jam-packed. And I was ready to be there all day. And then all of a sudden they called my name to go up to the jury room. Never have had that happen before. And so I go up to the third floor, along with about, 50 people or so. And we're all in the courtroom. And I'm going, well, this is interesting. I don't know what this is like. And then the judge comes in, they all stand, and he explains to us what the process is going to be about and thanks us for doing our civic duty. Well, all of a sudden, as soon as I walked in the room, my attitude's changing a little bit about this jury thing. Well, then they call 18 names. There's only 12 that are going to be on the jury, but they're all up in the jury selection, 18 names. And my name wasn't called. I'm sitting there and going, this is very interesting. And some of them, when they were up there, and the judge says, now, if you have any bias in this situation, I need to know. And some of them thought by letting the judge know he had a bias, they'd get to go home for the day. I could see what they were doing. Yes, I have a bias. I don't think I can be honest. And Then the judge says, fine, you're dismissed. Go back to the jury room. So they may have to be in the jury room all day. They thought they could go home. Yeah, didn't work that way. Well, then they would call other names up, and then when they were dismissed, and then they would ask some questions of you. You had to, your name, how long have you lived in Tulare County, have you ever been convicted of a crime, do you know law enforcement agents, what's your vocation or whatever. And so I finally got called up to be in the original 18. And I thought, this is very fascinating. But once they find out what my vocation is, I serve as a chaplain in Tulare County jails, I assume then they would dismiss me. Well, then they start, the defense attorney and the attorney for the client, they get the right to either accept or reject. And some people will say, well, thank you, so-and-so, jury number, but you're dismissed, you're dismissed. And then my name came up, jury number, John Sayers, and both sides said, oh, no, we have no problem. So now I was an alternate, because the original 12 had already been fixed. And I was going, wow, I don't know, I'm kind of excited. It's kind of fun being an alternate. Don't have to do anything, you just show up, and you don't have to be in the jury room, And then we broke for lunch, and we came back from lunch, and the judge said, well, jury member so-and-so gave me reasons why he could not be on the jury. He looks at me and says, Mr. Sayers, you move over to this seat. You are on the jury now. And as soon as I sat in the seat, all of a sudden, I don't know if this became fun anymore. I'm going, my gosh, look what I'm having to do. Now, I'm not going to tell you anything about the case. Even after it's over, I don't think I'll tell you anything about the case, whether it's a person. But the judge made it very clear to us, this individual is innocent. they don't have to prove their innocence. The other side needs to prove that they're guilty. Well, they gave us a notepad that we can take notes on. He says, don't overtake notes, but I'm kind of taking notes and I'm listening. And the trial begins. And I found it fascinating. I didn't even look at the client. That's not how they look. It doesn't matter. And then I stopped looking at the appearance of the attorneys. That doesn't matter. And I even stopped looking at when the witnesses came up. Well, did they sound credible? Were they, I actually started trying to listen to what their witness was about, what their testimony was about. I even jotted down a few notes. It was such a fascinating, and at 10 o'clock, I'm going back to be on the jury. Never again, when I get this little letter saying you've been selected for jury duty, I'm going to go, oh no. I'm going to go, okay. Even if I got to sit in the jury room all day, that's not going to bother me because I'll know to bring snackies and a book to read. But I want to put this on Chaplain Chat because if you get that jury summons, I hope someday you'll get out of the jury room, get into the procedure, or maybe just go hear some court cases. Because now I am never going to go, oh no, I'm going to go, oh, what a responsibility to serve on the jury. So I wanted to put this in, maybe down the road. I'd like to do a Chaplain Chat with the judge. We'll see. But this is the Chaplain Chat. Chaplain in 3 hours going back to be a jury member.